Look at me.
See him? You can see it there. Now, sure, I need to just get in and reconnect him.
His head control is good though.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, sorry. Where's his foot? Sorry.
Sweetheart.
Sorry. I'm just going to grab this so I can plug him back in. Making a bit of noise, aren't we? There we go. There we are. Oh, that's that one. And then we got this one.
Here's Jeremiah chapter 11 verse 11, as translated into English in the King James Bible. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape, and though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
The earthquake hit at 11:11 p.m, centering on Morocco's High Atlas Mountains south of the city of Marrakesh. It was powerful, measuring 6.8, shaking buildings, apartments, entire towns and cities for around 20 seconds. It also hit hard-to-reach mountain areas, sparking fears the death toll, already in the hundreds, will rise. Hospitals, the earthquake...
Ready. Life option. Gone forever. And I'm going to tell the social security about that, baby. And I'm going to tell them what you fucking got. And I'm going to tell them you fucking some fucking brain dead. They will take it off you.
I think, yeah, it's just important to think about, you know, you don't want to have a baby and then you end up in a position again where you know, your babies are all in different places.
A great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a garland of 12 stars. Then, being with child, she cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. And another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great fiery red dragon. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth, to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Sylvia, how are you going? I'm Ashley. I'm
Hi,
looking
Ashley.
after your little boy, Gordon.
Thank you, yeah.
He's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I heard he's 5 pounds 7 ounces, which is quite good for his gestation.
He's just a little bit cold.
Yeah, because he's
So-
only little and
Yeah.
he's... Goodbye.
The The earthquake hit at 11:11 p.m, centering on Morocco's High Atlas Mountains south of the city of Marrakesh. It was powerful, measuring 6.8, shaking buildings, apartments, entire towns and cities for around 20 seconds. It also hit hard-to-reach mountain areas, sparking fears the death toll, already in the hundreds, will rise. Hospitals. The earthquake.
Hey, good morning. It's 11:11 and I'm just thinking about you. Just wanted to drop you a quick message and say hello, baby. Hope you're having a phenomenal start to your day. I'm sensing a big grin on your face for some reason today. I hope you're full of positivity and smiles. Cheers, baby.
Time to bring them home to family and friends. And the ocean waves in Australia. Please, live bigger, shine brighter, and love harder in their memory. Thank you.
The earthquake hit at 11:11 p.m, centering on Morocco's High Atlas Mountains south of the city of Marrakesh. It was powerful, measuring 6.8, shaking buildings, apartments, entire towns and cities for around 20 seconds. It also hit hard-to-reach mountain areas, sparking fears the death toll, already in the hundreds, will rise. Hospitals. The earthquake hit at 11.
For killing his elderly mother in her kitchen, Gordon Ivankovich could spend as little as 5 years behind bars, the 57-year-old agreeing to plead guilty to the lesser charge of manslaughter after a Supreme Court judge told him how many years he'd likely be sentenced to. In 2023, Ivankovich visited his mother Maria's house after she asked him to help flip a mattress. Prosecutors say Ivankovich grabbed his mother, placing pressure on her face and neck. Her lifeless body was found by friends hours later. Today, Mrs. Ivankovich's daughter attended court, her brother sitting just metres away in the dock. Janine Staples telling a judge his actions had changed her life forever. The loss of my mother has caused me unimaginable pain and grief. I have suffered from reoccurring nightmares about what happened to her. The court heard Ivankovich.
Eyes were black. They were jet black. Like he wasn't.
He just like looks at everyone in Zara and kind of threatens them, but doesn't go in. And then there was like a moment where he was just scratching his head with the knife, like just, and nobody was home. And then from that point, he ran up the escalators, and then that's when the other cop came. And then before you know it, there's a group of us just chasing him, and it goes all the way around the corner.
His eyes were black. They were jet black. Like he wasn't there in the head. He was I don't know. And he was really skinny and just like he didn't look healthy, and he was
And he didn't say anything at any stage when you
no, not the whole time.
Did it look to you like he...
Tributes for a little boy they had never met, left by members of a tight-knit community struggling to comprehend what happened to him.
Devastating. I thought, how can anyone do that to a child? The whole community was like devastated.
It's very sad. Seeing him taken away last night and, I'm just devastated.
The body of the 3-year-old boy was discovered by police about 4 p.m. on Wednesday after a call from a female relative. It's alleged he'd been stabbed to death inside her Riverwood apartment. His father was found in the same unit with critical stab wounds. It's believed his injuries were self-inflicted. He was rushed to hospital where he had life-saving surgery as distressed family members arrived at the scene.
Any kind of incident involving a small child is always a tragic incident, and our condolences go out to the extended family of the child.
The boy's mother died several years ago, soon after he was born. Police say her death was not considered suspicious. His father now has a new partner who was not with them when it all unfolded. The father and son had been staying with the female relative. It's understood the man's partner had called police to report domestic violence allegations against him in the hours before the incident. The man remains under police guard in hospital and is expected to be charged in the coming days. Leah Harris, ABC News, Sydney.
Good evening. We begin tonight with a story that's difficult to report. A case of domestic violence that's rocked a community. A Baulkham Hills mother is tonight under police guard in hospital after allegedly stabbing her 3 children as they slept. The children's father woke to screams and grabbed the knife from his wife. Police say she may have been having a psychotic episode.
Signs of a happy, welcoming family home now torn apart after a mother allegedly stabbed her 3 children with a kitchen knife. Her husband, the children's father, raised the alarm around 5:15 this morning after waking up to screams coming from the kids' bedrooms.
He's then gone to approach the situation and from what I am told has secured the weapon and he's contacted police.
Police and paramedics swarmed the Baulkham Hills house where a 10-year-old boy and 13-year-old girl were treated for stab wounds to their abdomens. A 16-year-old girl who's wheelchair-bound also stabbed. All 3 children taken to Westmead Hospital in a stable condition.
I'm shocked. I mean, it's a peaceful neighbourhood.
Their mother also transported under police guard with self-inflicted stab wounds. News of the attack shocking neighbours.
They're quite a lovely, decent family who keeps to themselves.
Forensics and detectives now left to piece together what led to the alleged attempted murder-suicide.
There's certainly no domestic violence history reported to police on our records. That family home is really not known to police, if I'm honest with you. A relatively normal family, and if I can say to you, this is probably completely unexpected.
Police say the 47-year-old mother also had no record of mental health issues, the father telling them her behaviour had become erratic over the past few days. Detectives are now investigating if she was suffering a psychotic episode.
Maybe we could have reached out and helped this family sooner had we have known there was problems in the household.
The children are expected to make a full recovery physically.
In terms of a psychological recovery, I guess time will tell what that means for them.
The mother remains under police guard in hospital. At Baulkham Hills, Erin Ramsey, 9 News.
And if you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence, call 1-800-RESPECT. That's 1-800-737-732.
The cheeky smile of a 3-year-old, Sophia Rose, full of so much joy. But that happiness has been ripped away, allegedly by the woman who brought her into the world.
She was taken into custody yesterday afternoon, interviewed at the Bundaberg police station and later charged with the murder of that child.
32-year-old Lauren Ingrid Flanagan, yesterday a mother of 3, now an accused murderer. Around 4:45 in the afternoon, police say she turned against her oldest child, stabbing little Sophia multiple times.
There's something wrong. I can hear a lot of screaming.
The 3-year-old was found lifeless on the front lawn as neighbours frantically called for help.
I mean, I don't know what I was going to do, but I was going to try to, whatever it took, I was going to do it. There's no question about that.
A knife was seized nearby. Sophie's 1- and 2-year-old siblings were home inside but unharmed. Their father had been away for work.
He's been contacted and he is back in town and he's with the children at the moment. No doubt, absolutely devastated.
This is just the start of the investigation as police build their case. A crucial part will be establishing what life was like for little Sophia behind these walls.
I'm not in a position to speak about anybody's mental health at a particular time, but no doubt that will play a part in our inquiries and ongoing investigations.
Now centred around the family home in Moore Park Beach, a close-knit community of almost 3,000.
Sorry.
Rattled by the loss of one little life. There is still a large police presence here at the home, and that will remain over the coming days as officers continue to gather evidence. I've also spoken with Sophia's father, who is understandably distraught, but this has had a huge impact on the entire community of Bundaberg. Now, a local church is actually opening its doors tonight for anyone trying to make sense of this awful tragedy. Max.
Jordan Quinn with that devastating story. And if you or someone you know are in need of help, DV Connect is there on 1800 811 811.
Tragic story to tell you about out of Florida. A Fort Pierce woman under arrest now, accused of killing her 6-year-old son as she carried out an exorcism. Police say that they discovered the boy's body in the family home after the school reported him absent for 2 weeks. The mom telling investigators she was told by God to get the demons out of her son's body. Officers say the mom told them she was waiting for the boy to come back to life.
So who are you? Here's a hint. I was in Germany, then in Germany, then in the Middle East. I'm waiting to hook up with my siblings. I've got 3. Stabbing each other's children.
Because you made them see demons.
Honestly, people don't need a reason to kill each other. I mean, you seen the Irish? They're all Irish.
Emotional Kim.
Tonight, discover.
Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining us this Monday. We have a lot to get through this morning, but first we've got some breaking news for you overnight, and there was a tragic end to Mother's Day for one family caught up in a 2-car collision in Victoria's West Gippsland region. Live now to Tegan Doling in Melbourne. Sadly, a mum died at the scene. Tegan.
Yeah, she has, Nat, and major collision investigators have described this as an absolute tragedy. They say that there was a family of 4. They were out celebrating Mother's Day, out for a drive, when there has been a collision at a stop sign at Trafalgar, which is in Gippsland, just around 6 o'clock last night. The mother, the passenger of that car, she died at the scene. One of her children, as well as what's believed to be her husband, who was driving, they were actually flown to hospital here in Melbourne. Their condition, that's serious. The other child in the back seat taken to hospital by ambulance. There was a second vehicle involved. The driver of that car is believed to be okay, and his passenger also had to be taken to hospital by ambulance.
It's just an absolute tragedy that we've got the loss of a life. A wife, a mother, on Mother's Day, is killed in a crash that just should never, ever have occurred. Just a moment of inattention, a moment's distraction. You go through a stop sign and you ruin your life and the lives of your family.
Yeah, pretty strong quote there from the police who go out to these crashes day in and day out. Now, MCRU are still at the scene at the moment, piecing together exactly how this tragedy has occurred.
Yeah, you're right. A moment for the police officers who do this every day of their lives. Thank you, Tegan.
We start in New South Wales, where a child has died and multiple others are in hospital after a serious crash near Eden. Ambulance helicopters flying the injured to a major metropolitan hospital.
Today, Sydney reporter Jack Hahn is at the Sydney Children's Hospital in Randwick this morning. Jack, a little girl was taken there.
Yeah, a little 3-year-old girl taken here to the Sydney Children's Hospital in Randwick. Truly awful, isn't it, Carl? Sarah, good morning to you both. Yes, flown almost 400 kilometres away from Eden here, where doctors and nurses have been treating serious injuries all night. She was travelling in a ute when it had some form of a serious collision with a truck. Also in that ute, there was a little 6-year-old boy who did not survive the smash. An 8-year-old boy was also in the ute and was also hospitalised for injuries. A man aged in his 30s was behind the wheel of the ute and was taken in one of those helicopters off to Canberra Hospital for further medical treatment. A man aged in his 50s was behind the wheel of the truck. He escaped serious injuries, but very much was suffering the effects of shock. He was taken to Bega Hospital for treatment, but also for testing, as the Crash Investigation Unit is now on the case.
First to the tragic death of a toddler struck by an SUV in the car park of a northern suburbs tyre shop.
It's believed a worker was moving a vehicle from the garage to the road when the little boy was hit.
A distraught mother forced to say goodbye to her little boy in the most horrific circumstances.
I've seen a mother basically on the ground, like distraught as it would be.
Emergency crews scrambling to the tyre power shop on Peachy Road just after 11 this morning. Witnesses say a worker was moving a car from the garage when it struck the toddler.
The young fellow jumped out of the car, straight onto the phone.
Witnesses and tyre power workers rushing to help when they heard the boy's mother and the driver screaming.
Basically saying that he hit a little fella, a little kid. He's screaming at them to hurry up.
Strangers administering CPR before paramedics arrived. But sadly, he couldn't be saved and died at the scene. Panicked family members descending on the Edinburgh North business, consoling one another and the little boy's brother, as major crash officers launched an investigation. The SUV involved seized by police and towed away. The driver of the Toyota was taken to the police station and is assisting with inquiries. SafeWork SA investigators also inspecting the scene this afternoon, piecing together this unimaginable tragedy. Hannah Ford, 7 News.
Good afternoon. We begin with some tragic news out of Sydney, where an 18-month-old girl has died after she was hit by a car in the driveway of her Villawood home. The vehicle was allegedly driven by her mother, who was returning to the house around midday. The young girl was rushed to Westmead Children's Hospital in a critical condition, but could not be saved. The 28-year-old
Here's a hint. I was in Germany, then in the Middle East. I'm waiting to hook up with my siblings. I've got 3.
Let's just have a look at exactly what happened last year. Well, on the morning of October the 7th last year, Israel was caught off guard by a barrage of more than 4,300 rockets in 20 minutes, the largest in its history. During the wave of missiles, Israel noticed a breach at their border with Gaza at Kisufum outpost as members of Hamas began to stream in, and then another, this time by boat at Zikim Beach. It was the first of more than 60 breaches. The IDF claim numbers of up to 6,000 Hamas members entered Israel. Once inside, Hamas carried out a number of coordinated, widespread attacks, killing civilians and hostages. The largest attack came to the Nova Festival, where I am here now, where 364 civilians were killed and at least 40 hostages were taken. Armed men surrounded the grounds and began open firing on the attendees. Anyone found taking refuge was also killed. The armed group attacked a number of kibbutzim, some shown here. At least 130 were killed in Be'eri alone, and another 17 at another small trans festival. And in the cities of Ofakim and Sderot, armed groups stormed in, killing police officers and civilians. Israel briefly lost control of both cities, Hamas killing at least 47 in Ofakim and 70 in Sderot. The attacks wide.
Huh? Where you going? Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of
Jesus. You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot! Drop the pot! Drop the pot!
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the pot! Bring emails now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
No, your headshot, dude. She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
A 28-year-old man has been charged with 3 counts of murder over a fire in Sydney which killed 3 children. The man, who is the father of the children, is also facing 5 counts of attempted murder. Sean Tarek Goodwin has been covering this story and joins us now. Sean, a devastating crime. What do we know? What's the latest?
Well, police have told us this morning, Dan, that they have charged a 28-year-old man, the father of these children, with 3 counts of murder and 5 counts of attempted murder over this house fire in Layla Park in Sydney's west on early Sunday morning. Now, 2 children, 2 young boys, died in hospital after that blaze, and the body of a 5-year-old baby girl was found in the house after the blaze was extinguished. 4 other children were taken to hospital as well, along with their mother, with smoke inhalation and injuries, and have been recovering in hospital, as has the father, this 28-year-old man, who has been charged with 3 counts of murder. He was in an induced coma throughout earlier this week, and police were waiting for him to wake up for them to speak with him and lay charges. Those charges have now been laid, and he's expected to face court in the Parramatta local court via a bedside hearing later today.
And Sean, I understand that there is a vigil that's due to take place as well.
That's right. This has been a devastating event for the community in Layla Park. Speaking to people on the ground throughout this week, it's had a profound impact, especially with the deaths of those 3 young children. And there's been a vigil that's been organised for the community to come together later today. We understand that fire and rescue crews will be involved. That the Premier, Chris Minns, and the Deputy Premier, Prue Carr, will also be in attendance as well with local MPs, and that'll be a chance for the community to come together and begin to come to terms with what has happened here.
Sean Tarek Goodwin reporting.
Begin tonight with a major update in a case of alleged domestic violence in Toowoomba. Live to Jade Richards. And Jade, a mother has been charged over a house fire which killed 3 of her children.
Sharon, these are serious charges. 3 counts of domestic violence murder and 3 counts of attempted murder, 1 count of arson. 36-year-old Eloisa Brighton is accused of deliberately lighting a house fire while 7 people, including herself, were inside. Her 9-year-old son didn't make it out of the burning home, while her 2 daughters, aged 4 and 7, died in hospital from their injuries. Brighton's 34-year-old partner, as well as an 18-year-old man and 11-year-old boy, boy managed to escape. Brighton herself suffered burns so serious, detectives have been waiting almost a week to speak with her. She is still in a critical condition at the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital, but those charges have now been laid. This investigation is so complex. The Child Protection Investigation Unit, Homicide Squad and Child Trauma Unit are all involved. Gibson's matter was mentioned in the Brisbane Magistrates Court today. It's been adjourned until Friday. If she's well enough, Brighton will appear on video link for that mention. Her condition is very much slowing down this investigation, but this is no doubt a major move in the case for detectives.